Hello, welcome everybody. This is it. This is the last part of the video. The van is, I'd say, about 98% finished with the conversion I've been doing. It's taken quite a while. With the help of my friend Karel, we've managed to complete the van, and it's now functional. Like I said, 98%, and I'll explain the other couple of percent in a moment. So what I'm going to do now is take you inside the van, okay, and show you what we've been doing. So here we go. So this is a walk inside the van. Yeah, what I've got here first of all is this is going to be it's a cool box. It's one of these cool boxes that you plug into a 12 volt. I've got a 12 volt plug just down the back here, and basically this then plugs in, and I can keep my stuff fresh and cold. So that's what I'm using as my cool box at the minute. Look, later on, if something better comes along, I'll obviously try that. So I've got the two seats up at the moment for the kids. Okay, when I'm traveling on my own, the seats fold down, and I can use all this space. You can see I've got a box here and the kids' chairs and what have you down the bottom there, but that folds down. I can get all my spare gear in there. Going into the van from the side door, it's quite simple. Yeah, we're going to go into the back. Here's the bed. Okay, the bed you've seen, as we did that before, but the big one is the cupboards. Okay, now the cupboards, I've got a shelf at the top here. Okay, I've got 3 shelves, 1, 2, 3 down the bottom here, and then down the bottom I've got a long shelf here, and you can see this, but then this door here at the bottom opens, and underneath there I've got my water tank here at the bottom. A few bits and bobs, but also I've got the gas tank in there that's ratcheted in, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, now that is on a chain. Just move the bed back a little bit. That's on a chain so it doesn't spring back, okay, and break the hinges off. So that's that. The top, the shelf here. On the shelf I've got, that's the other 2%, I'll talk about that in a minute. I've got my gas cooker, and the top of the gas cooker I can actually take off and remove and stick that underneath whenever I need it. And it's the same basically for the sink. So the sink is this bit of equipment here. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to get much water in that, but the sink itself pops up. Do that with one hand. Okay, pops up, and then I've got my sink at the side of the cooker. The thing about this van is it's functional for me. I can sleep in it, I can cook in it, I can get a coffee on in it, I can make food in it on the cooker. On the shelves here I've got knives and forks and accessories in the bottom tray here. Okay, and then I've got the all-important kettle. 2 cups in the back there, and a pan. These are going to be changed eventually, but it's what I've got at the moment. And then on the top here, tinned food, breakfast cereals, teriyaki chicken dinner, coffee granules. At the top, right up here, coffee, milk, and then I've got my other cup. I put these straps in just to keep it so they don't fall out while I'm driving. You'll notice I've got a registration plate in the van. This registration plate for me is really important. It's my Jeep. The Jeep I had when I drove to Spain 2 years ago. The Jeep I had when I came here to the Czech Republic. This is the spare number plate that I used on the back of the bike rack. But I wanted to keep that little bit of Jeep with me because it's very important, the places it got me and how it brought me here to Czech Republic and everything else. So that's why that's up there. The all-important fire extinguisher in there. The work surface itself, it's not massive, and the plan is is I'm going to get a piece of perspex that drops down here. Why perspex? Well, perspex is so I can put little stickers on it of places I've been and things like that. But it's going to drop down here on 2 hinges, and then that's going to lift up. So it's going to bring it out just in front of my knees here. So it's like an extended table to the work shelf. How's the cooker work? Just take off my orange towel. The cooker comes forward, and in the work surface here I've got little holes so it doesn't slide all over the place. Just lift that up slightly, it fits into them holes nice and tight, and then it doesn't move, and then the griddle fits on the top there. You notice that I'm doing all this with one hand, so you can see how easy it is with one hand, so 2 hands is not a problem. Okay, so yeah, I've got my cooker there, and I've got a little pad there just to put my hot stuff on. What I've done is with this pine, these are all pallets. Okay, now I bought a load of pallets for like £1. Yeah, ridiculous amount of money. And the whole thing is built by pallets. So the door at the bottom, that's all pallets. The bed I'm sitting on, which I'll show you in a second, that's all pallets. So it's cost me next to nothing to get this van actually functional. Let's have a look what I've got under here. Well, underneath the shelf here, I've got my bits tray. There's a little floor hoover in there, and a knife and a few screws and things like that. So that's kind of one. And then because the van is where the wheel is, I can actually fit another one underneath there. And in that one, I've got my England bed socks that I got for my birthday. Keep my feet nice and toasty while I'm in the van in the winter. So little bits like that go in there. That goes all the way to the back. As you can see, there's plenty of space there. I'll just put this one back in. Slide that back in there like that. That's it, nice and comfortable. And then stick my sink back in there as well. Okay, in the next one here, in the orange box, is my ablutions box. In here at the moment, I've got the ever faithful toilet paper, wet wipes. In there when I travel is going to be like my toothpaste, my tooth box, my wash bag. All that kit that I need is going to be in that little orange box there. Why is everything orange? Because I like orange. Okay, so stick that in there. And then the next one here is straps and things like that, bungees and whatnot. Okay, so that's basically the shelf, and as you can see from that angle, okay, there's plenty of workspace. Yeah, I'm going to put some hooks up here and things like that. What else is going to go up here? Well, what I've got, I showed you earlier on. I'll just take you back down into the cupboard, and I've got this big 15-litre water tank down here. What I've done is I've bought a water pump, and it says diesel pump, but it's for diesel and water and petrol, so it's quite powerful. It plugs into, it's got a 12-volt cigarette lighter socket on it, so that can fit, and it's a submersible. So basically what I do is I just drop the pipe into the water. I have another pipe coming up, and that pipe is going to come from there round the back and out through this wall here, and then I'm going to put a faucet on there so I've got running water in the van when I need it. I'm going to be doing that this week actually. I'm going to be getting the water pipe and plugging it in and everything else, so hopefully I should have that working pretty soon. Okay, so that's for that. We're going to nip outside the back of the van now. Oh, hang on a minute, let me show you this first. So on the back of the chairs here, I have these mole military seat backs, the mole tabs, so I can attach different pouches to that for what I need. You know, I mean, I've got my first aid kit, as you can see, on there at the moment. Yeah. So, and in the centre of the van here is another little gadget that I found. Okay, and that's this this net here. This net is actually a pocket. and it's really handy. You can put bottles in there, you can put maps in there, books in there, what have you. So, and it stretches between the two seats, and it separates the front of the cab to the back of the cab. Okay, so yeah, these mole pouches, just open that up. Okay, it's got a really huge pocket on it in there. Okay, and then like I said, I can just hook things into that when needed, like a water bottle for the kids or something like that. The first aid box. Hang on, I'm going out the side. I said I was going to go out the back, but I'm going out the side. My first aid kit is a really extensive first aid kit. It's got everything in there, but I also carry a spare first aid kit because the law here in the Czech Republic is you have to have a first aid kit that's dated for the last 2 years, I believe. If not, it's illegal. And I don't understand that, because bandages are bandages and they're going to be bandages forever. So I've got a little bin in here in the front, and then underneath my little central console that's been made, I've got another first aid kit under there. My central console is a box that I've put some rubber on the top, and I've got 2 cup stands in there, and that basically opens like this, and it's got a soft closing top there. Perfect, look at that, beautiful. Okay, so let's take you around the back of the van then. So back of the van, this is my my kind of garage area. Okay, on the back of the van here, you can see I've got my jack there. I've got a rope, tow rope, hopefully I'll never have to use that. And then stuck to the back wall here, I have my European travel kit, which in there you've got to have in Europe are these alcohol tests, blow alcohol tests, and in there you've got like the triangle and the vest. I've actually got 4 vests in this car because I've got kids, and if anything happens to the van and we have to stand on the side of the road, I've got a vest for Lucy and the 2 kids, and they're all in the side pouches in the doors. So as you can see now then, here's the bed. You've seen the bed. We've done the bed to bits. Like I said, it's made from pallets under there. Okay, the captain's bed that slides out. I've got it pulled out a little bit at the moment because I was sleeping on it at the weekend. I've got 3 fleece blankets and a sleeping bag. Why? Because it's bloody cold here at the moment. You see this piece of wood that I've got down the side here? My idea for that wood is I'm going to be making a table that lifts up at the other end of the shelf. I'll just take it round and show you. This wood is a bit of nostalgia as well. I've had this piece of wood now for 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, and it's the wood that I did all my lessons on when I was preparing fish and rabbits and all sorts of things. So I've sanded all that down, it's all nice and clean now, and basically what's going to happen is this piece of wood here is going to be joined onto the end of the shelf here, okay, and then it's going to, on hinges, it's going to be able to, I'm going to be able to lift it up like that, so it extends the table itself, so it extends the main cooking area, so I've got more space. Once the chairs are down, yeah, you'll understand that I've got a lot of space there and a lot of space to sit on. But I also want this table to have removable hinges, so I can take it outside if it's a nice sunny day and put some chairs around it, and we can use it as an actual table. So underneath the chair there, underneath the seat, I've got my chair and the kids' chairs and a little shelter for the ice and things like that. Yeah, so hopefully I'm going to get that done soon enough. I've not quite worked out how I'm going to do it yet, but it's a project that, you know, it's a never-ending project. It's one that's going to keep going and keep going. So what I'm going to do now is just drop the bed, okay? Drop the bed down, and as you can see now, I've got the full length, nearly 2 meters 10 of the bed. 2 meters 10. okay, which is plenty enough for me. And when I set the bed up, yeah, I just move the pillar down the bottom end there, okay, stick my feet at this end, and I've got all that space. And if there's two of us, yeah, the bed comes all the way out to the cupboard, and I've got a double bed in there for me and Lucy that's nice and snug as a rug in a bug. Okay, on the back of the chair, you'll notice a lump. Well, in the back of the chair, I've got the extension for the bed. So on here is beautifully cushioned, so the blankets actually go all the way to the end, and this is where your feet go, yeah, when you're lying down. So it's still nice and comfortable, and it's perfectly level with the mattress on the bed, and the blankets come all the way to the end. Like I said to you, I've got loads and loads of room for my gear. Yeah, let's look at, I'll take you around now and show you where I can store my gear. So I just move the pillar out the way and lift the blankets up. Okay, so underneath the bed, you'll see I've got 1, 2, 3 boxes. These boxes they're plastic boxes. I'll just get you one out if I can. 1 second. Just lift that up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got these plastic boxes. I've got 3 of these for storage, for clothes, for equipment. In this one, I've got some gear for work, survival gear, whatnot. In another one, I've got my tools, and then I've got another one that I'm going to be putting, like I said, spare clothes, or I mean, you can put food in them or anything. But these boxes are absolutely ideal. And a company here makes these boxes for Bosch and Metabo and everything else. So underneath there, as you can see, loads of storage room. And let's not forget Gilbert, the rugby ball, who has to go everywhere with me. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's the van build. Yeah, it's functional, it works, it's spot on for me. I can go wherever I want, I can make a coffee, I've got room to carry my gear, and it's just lovely. What I've done is, you can see I've painted all this grey, and then I've put these corner bits on to make it look all nice and sweet. Yeah, and the door is beautifully smooth and everything else. I've got a couple of inside here, I've got a couple of 12-volt cigarette lighter things, and I can plug in. But this one's going to be plugging in the water pump, and the one on the other side is going to be for the fridge. So there you have it. And just as a nice little moody touch, last night I got myself this. Yes, it's a blue light. Mood lighting. Why not? So I've got myself a bit of mood lighting. On the same subject as lighting, I've got these little push stick-on lights, okay, for in the evening. So when I'm cooking, I've got 2 of them. When I'm cooking, I can see exactly what's happening. The only thing missing now are the curtains, and the curtains hopefully will come this week. So once I get the curtains, I'm going to do another separate video and show you how they function. Okay, so take care, guys, look after yourselves. Thanks for joining me on my amazing tour of the van build, and hopefully I'll be able to see lots and lots of adventures in my VW T4 now camper van. Take care now, bye.